humans can't exist without consuming. I mean, in the broadest definition, eating is consuming. What has changed, of course, is that from kind of all sides, we're encouraged to consume as much as we can. Consumption is a way for us to show other people who we are and to show to other people to which group we belong. I'm Peter van Dam. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Amsterdam. I specialize in history of consumption. We have so much time and so much money, and there's so many products available. And then there's marketing, so we're encouraged to think that this is important also. And then there's a government that says economic growth is important and your buying power matters. That all encourages us to think about ourselves, maybe even primarily as consumers. It also makes us unhappy often because we continuously compare ourselves with others.
We live in a society that values consumerism a lot because we are always seeking for that new thing, that something different that comes in our life. And that's very easy to achieve by buying a new product.
I mean, if you look at the marketing budgets of a lot of big companies nowadays, they actually spend more money, if you look at shoes, for example, on marketing those shoes than actually paying the people who make those shoes. And that is mind-blowing if you think about it. Our current economic model is not adequately calculating the cost of the things that we buy. It's often not taking into account the social costs, are actually people being paid a living wage. It's also not taking into account the environmental damage that goes into making some of the products that we're buying.
During my studies, I realized that the power of design or the power of marketing or the power of many other disciplines in business can also be used for sustainability and to try to put it in practice in a way that changes the industry. Our products are long-lasting, long software support, very repairable, so we expect customers to use them long.
It's really interesting to think about why we throw away things. The classic idea of why we do that is because they're physically broken, we can't use them anymore. But there's two other reasons why we do that nowadays, and the first one is kind of what we call functional obsolescence, that the product is not broken in that sense, we could still use it, but it's not fulfilling the function if we wanted to fulfill anymore. And that is, for example, with mobile phones, we've seen that a lot of the time. Your camera is still working, but there's a better camera around and you want that better camera. And the third reason to throw away something is the psychological reason. Is it kind of the thing that we've got bored with the product. I mean, the easiest thing to do, of course, is just to count to 10 if you think about buying something new, right? Do I really need this? We could focus on how much time we have. It's not about losing something or stopping or limiting yourself. It's about giving yourself other possibilities.
The best you can do is to keep on using whatever phone you have for as long as possible. And when that doesn't work anymore, then think about Fairphone. Last weekend, I went to a dance performance in Rotterdam. Besides the fact that I was deeply inspired by it, I also realized how important experiences are in our life. And that might be a longer dinner with your friends, that might be a dance performance, or that might be many other things that can bring us the same pleasure that consumerism brings us in a different way and in a way that still connects us with others in our community, but does not take resources from the earth.